meet you. I'm Mark.
What's your name? What's
Mark.
your last name?
Mayor.
Oh, nice. An easy one.
Mike.
How are you? Jasmina.
Jasmina.
Yes.
What's your name?
My name's Steve Moy. My last name.
Moy.
Moy, M-O-Y.
Rhymes with my first name, Noy.
Oh, yeah.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Married to Reality. It's the Married at First Sight edition. I'm your co-host, John, here with my wife and co-host. It's the one and only Teresa.
Hello, everyone. How is everyone doing?
Ooh, Teresa.
Let's not give anything away. Some of our friends apparently only listen to us.
Teresa. I am shooketh to my coreth.
It was unexpected.
If this podcast is delayed in any way, if this comes out a little bit later than usual, it is because Teresa and myself were speechless for a good several hours today.
Wait, are we dropping our podcast tonight?
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
No,
I just think we're a couple hours
We
late.
are.
So
Ugh.
apologies, but
What
I think
a
you
day.
guys needed that time to process. I needed that time to process. I'm still processing this. I don't know how to process this. I don't know if I believe more in love or if I believe less in love, or do we take everything we said about the experts, do we take it back? I don't know how to feel about anything.
I guess we should take some of it back, but they weren't as involved, so
For better or for worse, we don't even know what's happening anymore.
I don't know what's happening.
What's happening, Teresa? What's happening?
I don't know, Jonathan.
We'll talk about it in a second. Before we do, because we need to talk about this, okay? We need to talk about this. Before we do, a couple quick housekeeping items. Follow us on social media, at Married to Reality Pod on Instagram. It is a good time over there. You know about it. The memes, the messages, the news. It's the place to be. It's where we go and spend most of our time in relation to this podcast. When we're not podcasting, we're on the gram, as the kids say. Remember when the gram was just a fun way to say graham cracker? Let's say, hey,
No.
let me get a gram.
That's how old John is, guys.
Yeah.
That's how old he is.
And actually how clean and sober I am, because I think a lot of other people would say, I need a gram. And they'd probably be talking about a controlled substance. But not this guy. This
In
guy,
America, don't you guys do ounces?
woo! You are a druggie. I would just, I think most of us could
No,
probably only
you
handle,
are a druggie.
most of us can only handle a gram. You're going for the ounce.
Wait, so what's the equivalent of a gram?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I could never afford an ounce. I would go gram by gram.
How much is an ounce?
It's a lot.
I'm like really not
could
good
kill a
at
horse.
I've really.
An ounce is a lot.
I mean, you can sell.
Sure.
This-
What are we
this is-
doing here?
this is turning
Come on.
into
What are we
something
doing?
else.
I'm telling you guys, we are shooketh to our core. We do
Ah.
not. What is this podcast even about anymore? Okay. But the gram, the social media, not the cracker or drug measurement. The Instagram at Married to Reality Pod. Also, make sure you're following the podcast wherever you're listening right now. It's so easy to do. You look down, you smash that follow button.
Guys, smash it like it's as hot as my exploding hat.
Did not know where that was going. I did not know.
So hot.
Not to get TMI on you,
What do you mean?
but you were in the bathroom before we recorded.
I said exploding hat.
I am telling you, I did not know where you were going until you finished that sentence. Yes, my head. Yes, I'm piecing my fractured skull back together
Yes.
as we
yes.
speak. Smash it. Like it's as hot as that. And last but not least, if you haven't left a review, please do. Guys, please rate and review the podcast. It is the best thing you can do for us. It helps this podcast grow. It helps us get out there. And it doesn't have to take you long. It could take you a few seconds if you just rate it. It could take you a little bit longer if you write something nice. And if you write something nice and give it 5 stars on Apple Podcasts, we'll read it on our main podcast that drops Monday nights.
Yes.
Okay. Now that that's all out of the way, let's get into it. Decision day.
Ooh.
Decision day. Married at first sight. Season 14. Not the way I saw this going.
No.
Not the way I saw this going. We're not just gonna do spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler. We're gonna go through each segment. We will deliver the decision at the end of said segment. But before we do any of that, I think at the top of each segment, we should say our prediction from last episode.
Okay.
Okay, so we watched the season, and then when the last episode ended, we both predicted what we thought each person would say.
Yes.
Okay, so let's start. Let's dive in. You're raising your hand. You either have a question or a thought.
Yes, one or the other.
Okay,
Yeah.
I think you have a thought.
I wanted to do outfits this segment.
Oh,
Right.
bringing that over from
And
90.
let's just do an overall fashion winner.
Ooh. Okay, so you don't want to go couple by couple and talk outfits
I'm
within
going
this.
to.
Okay.
But the overall fashion winner,
Let me think about this. Not
someone
Lindsay.
who brought it and he doesn't usually bring
Ooh,
it.
I think you're going to say Michael.
Yes.
Woo, look at me.
That the dusty pink suit.
Dusty pink, is that a color? Is that
Yes.
a Crayola color?
Yes. I loved it.
It was nice. It was a sharp looking
He looked
suit.
sharp. I mean,
Sharp-looking suit.
Steve did too, but I feel like Steve always looks
Yeah.
pretty sharp.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. And then Elijah won an MTS.
Yeah.
Classic.
Classics.
Lindsay, I think she forgot that this is not a prom.
Yeah, she looked like she was
was like
wearing
a gown.
Yeah, she had like a curtain wrapped around her from Mark's grandma's apartment or something.
Yeah. And Jasmine, I usually love what Jasmine wears, but this bright orange whatever's dress, meh, she should have color coordinated with Michael because that didn't go
No,
together.
that gives it away. That gives away your
didn't
answer.
go together. And Tina looking great, just this
Okay.
white dress showing her nipples a little bit, but I'm fine with that. I do that
Yeah,
too.
I am so just desensitized now after Below Deck. You can wave a nipple in my face and I won't even flinch. I won't flinch. I may latch, but I won't flinch. So there you go. You just blew outfits the segment. We just went through everyone.
Well, we
Fine.
did.
Fine.
Because
I thought
there
we
was
were gonna
nothing. There was nothing too extra.
But I thought we were going to go, all right, first into the ring. No pun intended. Jasmina and Michael, and then we were going to talk about their outfits. But okay, we just went through all of them at once. This is our first time doing a Decision Day podcast. So we're going to be a little rusty. We're going to
Oh, you didn't like the way I did the outfits?
It was fine. It was all at once. No, it was all at once. It was good. You went the 90-day route, and I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I just thought we were on the same page when I said, okay, so we're going to go couple by couple, talk about the outfits. But you just went all the couples.
Yeah, because
by
I
couples.
feel like you can just
You know
put
what?
it
That's fine.
out there.
That's fine.
I think it makes more sense.
Yeah, no one was dressed like a middle school magician. So there was nothing to really lean into when it came to the outfits. So I'm with you. It was kind of
Yes.
here's what's hot, here's what's not. Can I
Yes.
tell you about this? Speaking of hot or not, I was talking with a friend the other day who's a bit younger than myself, and I was like, "Do you know the site Hot or Not, or have you ever heard of the site Hot or Not?"
I have not.
You have not.
No.
Okay. This site would be canceled quicker than it could be coded, because this was around when I was in high school, maybe even younger. Hotornot.com. Okay. You would literally upload a picture of yourself, or you didn't have to. You didn't have to be involved. You could just be a judge. You could just go to the website, and there would be photos of people, just a headshot, right? Today it would be a selfie, but this was just like your friend took it and posted it, and he had two buttons: hot, not.
No.
And you just went through photo by photo: hot, not. And then there would be like a rating system, or not a rating, but like a overall percentage. 70%.
We had something
hot.
similar in Czech. It's called Do You Like Me? And it was this like Czech Facebook in a way, but also you uploaded photos of yourself, and you could also like rate.
Yeah.
And you could friend people and
Yep.
write comments about them.
Yep. So superficial.
So it was like visible. And so if you got pissed at someone, you would be like, I'm so over this person. The biggest jerk. But he
Wait,
was
so
still
it was
there.
for people you knew.
Or I didn't. It depends. We all had nicknames, but most people I knew.
Hot or Not was like the entire country, I think. So I wouldn't know any of these people. I mean, maybe once in a while you saw that girl from high school and you're like, oh my God, I can't believe Chelsea's on Hot or Not. But mostly it was just strangers. And that wouldn't be cool today, I don't think.
If you uploaded your photo there yourself, I think that's cool. If someone did it as a prank,
true.
not cool.
Fair enough.
Canceled.
Fair enough. You're putting
Canceled.
yourself out there. Cancel them. Cancel. All right. Well, that website's been canceled, I think. But all right. I don't know how we got into that. I guess because I was saying it was really just looking at the people and saying they're hot or they're not. They were all generally good. I would say all the
That's the
outfits
thing.
were
That's why I kind of powered through this outfit
Power
segment.
through, yes.
Because there was nothing that stood out. No one was showing boobs.
Fair enough.
Really?
Fair enough.
No one was wearing anything crazy.
Enough said, Teresa.
Right?
We've said enough about the outfits. Let's get into our first couple,
Okay.
Jasmine and Michael. All right. Let us say, should we say our prediction now or should we say it right before they say their prediction?
We can say right before. It makes more sense to
Okay,
me.
well, remind me then.
Guys, this is clearly our first time, and we clearly did not talk about this.
Remind me then, because my note is at the top of the section, so I'm going to have to
All
back
right.
to the top. All right,
Guess
so-
what? I don't even have a note.
I have yours down. Okay, so Michael and Jasmina, they arrive. Michael says he feels like they made a great connection. Easily a great friend, which we all felt, right? That's not a surprise. But he didn't just come for a friend. Okay. Well, then you should have made a move, Michael, because you were acting like a friend. So you're going to come here and say, "Oh, I didn't come here for a friend." Well, maybe you should have showed that.
Yes, but canceled?
No, PC was trying to get him canceled all season.
I mean-
PC was like, grab her ass, rub her boobs.
I'm just waiting for PC to be canceled.
PC, we're done. We're done with the canceling.
I'm not canceling anyone, but I feel like everyone is canceling everyone.
I think we've moved on. I hope we have moved on because I think we've learned that doesn't help anyone grow. Nobody learns anything.
That's very true.
You pat yourself on the back because you go, I gotcha. But at the end of the day, did we learn as a society or grow? Nah. So I hope the canceling thing is in the past. But Michael didn't try for whatever reason to get physical. Was it a mistake? We'll find out shortly. So they sit down. Michael says, I do feel like we made great progress. I feel like I was able to open up more and more throughout the process. And the romance part, though, that's at a standstill. That just never progressed. That never took any step forward.
Although they did get intimate in a way, like they were holding hands and cuddling here and there, and Michael accidentally touched her booty at night.
Yeah, this was ridiculous.
What,
Yeah.
what a wild relationship.
The experts were like, okay, and you told him it was okay, right, Jasmine? You told him it was okay to rub that booty, and yeah, it was like a sleep groping. Forget sleepwalking. This was sleep groping. I guess that's the first step, right, dude?
It doesn't count if you're unconscious.
It doesn't count if you're unconscious.
Yes.
At least it was that way, not the other way around. If you want to talk about canceling, if Jasmina was the one asleep and Michael was rubbing her booty, we may have a canceling, a cancellation on our hands. But yeah, that's about as physical as it got. Was a little sleep groping. They got emotionally intimate. And we saw that grow throughout the season where they were opening up and Michael told stories about his family. And we saw some growth there, but yes, never in a physical way.
No, but they did build a solid friendship, I'm going to say.
Yes. And again, that's a good foundation, right? As a good foundation, as long as you guys are both communicating that you want there to be something beyond the friendship. And that's kind of where I have an issue because PC, after he finds out that Michael was touching her ass in his sleep, was like, okay, well, is it okay that he does this? If you guys are both awake, would that be okay? And Dr. Pepper's like, yeah, I want to know too. We're all on the booty train.
Oh my gosh.
Choo choo. All on that booty train.
look at these experts. They were MIA the whole season, but now they want to know about the booty
They
train.
took the booty train to Boston. That should be Steve's new hit single. I took the booty train to Boston. Right? So they're like, yeah, we want to know, would it be okay if Michael touched you when you guys were both conscious? And Jasmina goes, I think you know if you can do it or not. That's not clear at all.
Yeah,
That is like-
I don't know
That's like
what it means.
maybe wink, wink, maybe read between the lines, but you need to be straight with the guy. It's clear you guys are good friends and you've built this foundation, but if you're okay with taking it to a romantic point or level, then be open about it. Going, I think you know if you can do it or not. No, guys don't know. And as you have alluded to, in this day and age, we're going to err on the side of caution and not do it. So you really need to be clear if it's okay if I caress your booty when we're both awake. Okay?
Yes. And then we learned something else. So PC was basically saying, well, you know, it's good that you're friends because your spouse should be your friend or should be your best friend, right? And he's like, my wife is my bestie. And DP's like, my husband, I mean, sometimes depends on the day.
Yeah, we're like more like neighbors.
And Dr. Viviana was like, I can say that. Are these people not friends with their spouses or what?
It's all over the place, Teresa.
You are judging relationships. I would hope that you have a solid one.
Yeah, and let's be clear here. People have different relationships.
Very, very true. Very true.
So, yes, I guess what works for one couple is not going to work for another. But yeah, you think you should be friends with the person.
Yeah.
But listen, I thought you should live with the person, and DP proved me wrong, apparently.
Well, DP is all over the place. But if you're not friends, like, what are you? Co-workers? Because you are working on your marriage?
Yeah.
Like
Your
who are you?
acquaintances or your...
That's such a bad word. I hate that word.
Oh, I hate it too. And
It's ridiculous.
I don't believe that, but I think it comes down to what are you in the relationship for? Some people are in relationships for a friend. I need a friend, right? Some people are in it purely physical. Oh, I just need someone to bang. Even friends with benefits, right? I just need someone to bang. Some people, you just have this deep connection. You have all of your needs fulfilled, and there's that aspect. So I think it's all, what are you in this for?
What are you in this for, John?
With me and you?
Yeah.
I'm looking for a life partner.
Okay.
I would say I'm looking for a life partner, someone to share my life with. Is that the right answer?
That's a good answer.
Yeah, but I want a friend. I want a lover, right? And I want a life partner, I would say. So I want them all. I'm greedy when it comes to my relationships.
Did you get it?
Got it all.
You got it. I'm not just your friend. I'm your best friend and your best lover.
Yeah,
I'm the only lover.
I would say yes to you on decision day, and I would say yes to you every day, Teresa.
Good.
Okay.
Good.
All right. Speaking of, DP asks the big question. Do you want to stay married or do you want to get a divorce?
It's all or nothing.
It's all or nothing. All right. Let's do our predictions
Okay.
now. See, I remembered.
Okay.
Okay. Do you want to get married? Do you want to stay married? Do you want to get divorced?
Okay.
Michael and Jasmina.
I said.
You remember what you said?
Yes.
I have it here, so don't
Please,
try
you
to
can correct
fudge the
me.
numbers now.
I said Michael's gonna say yes and Jasmina's gonna say no.
That's correct. That is what you said. And I hope we're not keeping score over here. I said they were both going to say no. Okay, excuse me.
John is not an expert.
Well, just you wait.
I'm
All
a
right.
partial expert.
All right, well, why don't you give it away? So DP asks, Jasmina goes first and says, we've come a long way. I didn't think in the last month I'd even want to be around you. But at the end of the day, I feel like I don't know you enough. So, you won't know unless you stay married.
Which I guess is smart. Like, if they get a divorce now or in 2 months because it's not working out, as the same shit.
Yeah, unless you really, really can't stand each other or see zero chance, it doesn't hurt to stay married for another day.
for them. Like, they have something.
There's a foundation there that they can build on for sure.
Yeah, they just need to explore and
Each
find
other's
out
bodies.
what it is.
Oh yes, that.
Well, that too.
So then Michael turns to Jasmina and he goes, "Hey." And when he said "hey," I was like, "Oh no." After "hey" comes "nay," and he's going to say no. But he says, "Hey, I went into this marriage very serious. I said I was going to put 100% effort in, and I feel like I've done everything I could. And I feel like you did too. But there's the one big elephant in the room. I worry, what if we never get there? But I'm not ready to walk away from this marriage." So Michael wants to stay married.
You.
Woo! And Jasmina, this is not what I expected to hear from her. She tells the camera, "I'm relieved he didn't say no to me because I was going to flip a table." It's like if you had that much emotion, if you really felt that strongly about a yes, you should have worked a little harder, I feel like.
I think there is something. And as Michael said, hopefully once the cameras leave and we just get to do the normal thing like normal people,
Yeah.
we'll be good. And we'll find out later, but they're not going to live together. They're just going to kind of take it step by step,
Yeah.
which is fine. I think it's fine. I think this way they can
No.
they can date. And this is my point. Because
Then they're not. Then they're saying yes to continue dating. I need you guys. If I was an expert, I would say I need you guys to put in some real effort now. Okay, the cameras are going away. You're getting your privacy back. You have each other. You're both saying yes. I want you guys to truly put the effort in to see if this is going to work. Don't waste another 2 months doing this little dance.
You see?
Put in the effort.
No, what I would suggest, as the expert that I am, to do what they're doing. Go back to your houses and start dating and see if you even miss each other.
No.
Yes. You know why? Because they did not find a connection, but they built something. They're not ready to be actually married. But if they divorced, would you start dating after that and then potentially get married? Why don't you start dating, see how it goes, and if things go well and they fall in love, you can renew your vows and it would be awesome. But giving each other the space to actually miss the other person, because that's a very strong emotion.
Sure.
Missing someone instead of being on top of each other while you're not there. I think that's a smart move, and you'll see.
Can I tell you why I disagree?
Sure.
Because whether you like it or not, them deciding to live separately is taking a step back. They've already lived together for 2 months. Okay? Whether they're comfortable with that or not, or love it or not, it's a decision they've made and they've done it. Now they're going to go their separate ways. They are physically, figuratively, emotionally, spatially taking a step back.
Well, not living together doesn't mean not spending every night together. They just are not sure about, they both are on the same page thinking, we're not there, but we don't want to give up. You don't want to move in with someone, give up your place. One of them would have to. And then after a month or two, be like, shit, this is not working out. And you have to find a new place and you have to move out. I think what they're doing is smart. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but when we started dating, eventually after like a year, we literally spent every single night with each other, not living together. We moved in together after like almost 2 years, but we were together all the time.
My question,
without doing it.
My question would just be, why not live together? What is it that you're seeking by living apart? Because that could answer a lot and tell us and them, is there actually a future here? What are you guys missing? Or what do you feel you need by living apart?
I think they would need more money if both of them are going to ditch their place, because they both have roommates, right? You cannot move another person into an apartment with a couple of roommates. It's going to be ridiculous. They would both need to find a place together. You sign a lease. It's extreme. Oh my gosh. I feel like if you're not 100% in this relationship and you both are on the same page as they are, moving in together would be a mistake.
Okay. I disagree. We'll see. I'm really looking forward to this reunion because hopefully our brains and minds will be pieced back together by then just so that they could be blown once more. But yes, because we'll go through all these decisions, obviously, but they can change come reunion time. So I'm going to be curious to see, and I hope, I don't know how long it's going to be between decision day and reunion day, but I hope it's, a few months.
Yeah,
and
I
we
hope
could
so.
see how that works for them. How does, we went and we lived apart for a month, but then we decided to move back in. That's what I'd want to hear, of course, if you're a married couple, because I don't necessarily think it's the best just to be like, yep, we're immediately going back to our separate quarters.
You know what? The reunions are my favorite part.
Oh, I love it.
It's
love
my
it.
favorite part of
I love it.
this whole season.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go to the next couple. All right. Katina and Elijah. How did you feel before we even get into this? How did you feel about the order of the couples, the order they were presented to us
I
in?
didn't really think of it much.
Michael, Jasmine, Katina, Elijah, Steve, Noy, Lindsay, Mark. To me, Katina and Elijah was save it for the end
No.
because I was the
Mark
most.
the Shark and
Yeah.
Lindsay.
That was the
I
one you
agree
were
with
most
that.
curious about.
Yes.
I mean, they were all up in the
I mean,
air.
I was very curious about Elijah and Katina and Mark and Lindsay, but I feel like Mark and Lindsay were the hot and cold
Yeah.
couple, like literally all the time. So leaving them at the end was a good move.
Okay. All right. So Katina and Elijah. And before they come into the room, you have the experts basically just all shitting on Elijah. PC's like, couples can work and travel, right? I'm not crazy to think that.
Couples can do anything they want.
Couples can work and travel. And Viviana's like, I think Elijah's just going to keep putting tests in front of Katina no matter what they say. I think just more tests.
Not to mix two things together, but maybe Elijah and Bilal could be besties.
Yeah.
Bilal from 90
Well,
Day.
one's a prank, Teresa. Okay.
Please.
One is a prank.
Don't even get me started on that asshole.
Yeah. Okay. So Katina and Elijah walk in. Elijah seemed very uncomfortable when he entered. I don't know if you picked up on his energy, but
Not that, but he was so shiny.
yeah, he was. That's what I'm saying. He was sweating.
So
I think.
so sweaty.
I would love to know. Call in if you have the answer. Do they have to tell a producer?
I love how you always say call in, but no one can call in.
Message us, email us, call in, let us know. Do you have to tell a producer? Like, do you have to lock your answer in and then stick to it when you're on the couch? Or does nobody know? No
I would
producer
hope
knows.
so.
And then you could just change it because Elijah looked like a man who wasn't sure what he was going to say. He looked very nervous. And it could just be because he knew he was going to say yes and was worried Katina would say no. And so he didn't want his ego shattered on TV. Or he's just like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm freaking out. Because, yes, he looked uncomfortable. He was sweating. He looked nervous. Katina looked more calm, cool, and collected.
I mean, she always does.
She looked beat down the last several weeks.
Well, true, but yeah. Wow.
She looked better, I will say. So Elijah says it feels good to see Katina. She hits him with a little side eye when he says that. I don't think she believed it. I'm telling you, I was not seeing these decisions. I didn't think they were going to go the way they went because, it just seemed very tense, very uncomfortable. And PC asks, what are the best parts of the marriage? And Katina goes, the times we laugh together, when Elijah gets me out of my comfort zone, like the horseback riding and the gondola. And they kept saying gondola like 52 times. Nobody corrected them. I'm looking at you, DP, PC, DV. Come on, somebody.
Maybe that's how you say it in Boston.
Gondola. Oh yeah, when we went on the gondola ride, I really loved the gondola. Oh yeah, it was so nice when we were on that gondola too. Stop saying gondola because you're embarrassing yourself and you're embarrassing me.
And she's like, and I love running around with the sheep.
We loved that too.
I love the slow-mo of them running with a alpaca or a llama, whatever you are.
Yeah. So that was the good memories of the marriage. And DP asks about the tough times. And Katina says, It was tough when Elijah saw the app on my phone. It was embarrassing. It was hard. That moment wasn't easy. And this motherfucker right here, Elijah this motherfucker right here goes, that was tough. The whole app thing was tough, but it showed growth. And it showed she has a husband who cares. Wait, what? You're going to use that as a moment to pat yourself on the back and be like, when I flipped out in front of everyone at the dinner table and I made a huge ass and embarrassed my wife, that showed that she has a husband who cares. Are you kidding me? That's how you're going to play this?
I mean, that's he always turns things around. Like, haven't you watched this season?
But that was just the most vile explanation of that moment. Yeah, it proved that I care. Are you kidding? And I don't want to make it dark, but that's the behavior.
Sick.
That's the behavior of an abuser who, I'm only hitting you because I care. I love you, right? People say that. Oh, I'm abusing you because it's out of love. I care that much. And for him to say, yeah, I flipped out. I made an ass of myself. I yelled at you. We nearly divorced, but it showed you I cared. So sick. It's so sick, right?
Oh yeah. I don't have anything to add. I think you said it all.
Yeah. Well, Elijah goes, it also shows that anything can be fixed. And the experts basically give this man a standing ovation because he says it shows anything can be fixed. And they're like, print it, put it on a t-shirt, put it on a bumper sticker. Dr. Pepper said, tattoo it on my ass. They were loving that Elijah once said anything can be fixed. That's all it takes. When you're that low, when you're that much of an idiot, all you have to say is something stupid, like anything can be fixed. And they're like, what a hero. What an absolute hero this man is.
I mean, I feel like there were moments that they were kind of like rolling their eyes at him.
In the beginning, they were. And by the end, they were doing like the Hava Nagila. They were raising him on a chair and popping champagne. I couldn't believe it. Crying. They were crying.
Well, speaking of Elijah right?
Yeah.
Then he started talking about the cooking and he wants a traditional wife. Someone's going to cook and clean and they're going to feed the kids when they come home from school.
And what's this guy going to do?
Exactly. And he's like, yeah, Katina's food is like not edible. And they were like, she can cook something. It's probably not like, the best. He's like, no, it's not edible.
It's not edible.
If you told me that my food is not edible, I would be like, and this was the last time I ever cooked for you.
And imagine I told you that in front of Dr. Pepper, Dr. Viviana, and Pastor Cal. And imagine I told you that on national TV, right?
I would never cook. I would cook for myself and you could watch me eat.
It's crazy. I don't know what that is that makes him say those things. Sure, think it if you want. Think it. But to open your mouth and have those words come out of them.
Like he says things that I question. He said, well, we respect each other, but our needs are not met.
No, you keep creating these needs.
What does that
and
even mean?
When Katina tries to meet them, you're like, not good enough.
What is it? Oh my gosh.
Katina goes, he's definitely a traditional man. He wants his wife to cook and clean. It's like, that's not even traditional anymore.
What is it? We don't live in the freaking 50s or whenever.
Yeah, he's brainwashed her to be like, oh yeah, he's a traditional man and this is what he wants and I should play that role. It kills me that she's trying so hard to satisfy him because it's a partnership. There's compromise. There's the 3 C's of the Married to Reality podcast: communication, compromise, copulation. They've barely touched on one of the C's. They barely communicate. They don't copulate and they don't compromise. There's barely any of the C's happening here. So it crushes me that Katina's falling and playing, or not even playing victim, like just going along with what he's saying and for some reason thinks he's right and thinks she does need to do all this stuff. And do it if it makes you happy. I just, looking at her these past few weeks, I don't think it makes her happy.
No, she did look beaten down, but
okay.
It's time for the decision.
All right, let's review ours. Okay, let me scroll up here. All right.
It's all or nothing.
It's all or nothing. Put a little English on that one.
Oh, you put a little spit on it.
Okay, Katina and Elijah.
I said that Katina's going to say yes, and Olajuwon is going to say no.
Yeah, and I had the exact same prediction.
Copycat.
Clock it. I had the exact same prediction. So Katina goes first. She says, so I enjoy my time with you and have a bond with you. And even though you feel our timelines aren't matching up, it's not a deal breaker. So my decision is I want to stay married because I feel our marriage needs more time than 8 weeks.
True, but she should have ran.
And here's where I go, I wonder what would have happened if Elijah went first. If he went first and he said no, would she... I guess she wouldn't have had a chance really to say anything. But she says yes, and then Elijah. Oh boy. He goes, I hope you take this the right way. And we're all going, yep, here we go.
I literally wrote down after his first
You
spiel.
stopped writing because
Yeah.
you thought the answer was in.
I literally thought he said no.
Yeah. No one said final answer, and he said yes. He's throwing a curveball, right? He's throwing a little curveball here. He goes, I hope you take this the right way. When I came into this marriage, I asked for a woman who's more established in life. And you're not. Those are the reasons I'd say no today. And then there was a pause.
I say no
Yeah,
today.
well, then there was like this pause, right? He goes, but I will say this. I love our chemistry. I love who you are as a person. And your effort is what made me overlook all those things. So many backhanded compliments in this decision.
So for me, this part, as he was talking, I'm like, okay, he said no, now he's just being nice.
Right. Exactly, because he wants to make himself look good. So he says, your efforts what made me overlook all those things. And as my daddy would say, you never know what the future holds. Live in the moment and enjoy the people around you. I think my dad chose a woman for me in this process. And I don't think you guys know this. And we're all like, wait, what don't we know? But today is my dad's birthday. He goes, there's no way I can ignore your effort. I'd rather have a girl who doesn't have anything and tries hard over someone who has everything and shows no effort. So it means a lot to me to say, I would love to continue my marriage with you. He said yes.
And I was like, what?
He said yes. What if decision day was a day earlier and it wasn't his dad's birthday? Would he have said no?
I don't know.
Right?
I don't know. But honestly, I was so confused. I was so confused from this whole freaking speech that I was literally like, wait a minute. What did he decide?
Yeah, what? Wait, you said yes? Because
I'm glad
last
you
week you
caught
said
it
you would
because
tell Katina to say no.
I don't even know what I was watching or if it was all the rooster wine. But what I heard was that so he's gonna say no, and it's because of his dad, that his dad would not approve.
His dad would not approve of him giving up.
Yes.
I think. Yeah,
And I was like, I'm done writing.
yeah, you checked out after his first line. You didn't allow him the
I did, and I
element of
thought that was
surprise.
his like pity
He was going
talk.
for the element of surprise. Yeah. So they both said yes. Surprise. And we're wrong once again. But at least Elijah here is the silver lining. At least Elijah drank his champagne out of proper glassware this time.
Loved it.
Yes.
I guess there was nothing else for him to grab.
Yeah, there's no like flower vase that he could pour it into and be like, oh, I guess I'll drink it out of this.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
All right.
He thinks he has nothing to learn.
I'm very curious about this
Oh yeah.
relationship come reunion time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so 2 couples down. We have 2 more. Before we talk about Stephen Noy and Mark and Lindsay, we're going to take a quick break and we'll be back in a second.
Okay.
And we're back.
Hello, Jonathan.
Hello, Teresa. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. How did you spend your time off?
You mean the 30 seconds that you ran to the kitchen and grabbed a new beer?
How dare you? Well, we should cheers to the sort of the end of the season.
All right.
Nastravi. Oh,
Cans.
Cans.
Cans. That's how we cheer when we drink from cans. Cans.
Cans. Okay, we are back with Noi and Steve. So we haven't been doing too well on our predictions. We're actually 0 for 2. But I think we could turn this thing around. I think we can turn this thing around. So let's talk about Noi and Steve. And before we do, I just want to make a point. Early on, we were promised we would get some noisy. Never did.
No.
Not even a peep.
I almost feel like Noisy only exists when she's alone in a way.
That's a good shout.
I dance in the bathroom almost every single day. I developed a new choreography. Whenever we hit a club in the future, I have a lot of moves to show.
Yeah.
Always practice, but I'm not gonna probably ever show anyone. Maybe I'll show to you, right?
Thank you.
But I mean, I do crazy shit too when I'm alone. Doesn't mean I'm gonna, walk around and be that crazy.
Yeah, but you haven't proclaimed yourself to have this alter ego.
I know. Maybe I should. I'm kidding.
I think noisy is an idea she has in her head where she thinks, oh, I'm so crazy. I'm noisy. I'm wild. I put a wig on once.
Or it's her and Sriracha. Sriracha has her.
That's true.
What do you call it? A
Wigs?
dual personality or whatever you want to call it,
I
right?
don't know what it is, yeah.
Alternate ego.
Yeah.
And so she wants to have one too. But I don't think
That's
she
fair.
really
That's a good
does
point.
have one. At least we didn't see it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So they come in. DP asks, what do you guys remember about the wedding? Noi says, well, it was incredible. And Steve says, it was comforting and nice because we instantly hit it off.
Did you see that, Steve? I liked his suit too, actually. It was purple. It was like
Okay, so
dark
I
purple.
couldn't tell. This was like a candy paint suit. It changed colors almost in the light. He walked in. I'm like, is it brown? Then he sat down. I was like, is it purple? Then I
I kind
thought,
of
oh, is
liked
it
it.
black?
I mean, it looked good on him. I don't think that everyone could pull it off. If Mark the Shark was wearing it, I would be like,
I don't think it's a good look. It's not a good color.
no, but it looked good on him. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. A normal colored suit would have looked better if he had just worn a nice blue or a black suit. It would have looked probably nicer.
I hate black suits.
Okay, if you wore a nice
So boring.
gray or a nice blue, it would have probably looked better than this weird.
Gray.
Like a nice gray.
Oh my
Like a nice
gosh.
gray. Not a dark gray, a crisp gray. No? Okay.
No.
He brought flowers. We should say he brought flowers.
Isn't that what I said?
Did you say he brought flowers?
Yeah. Or if I didn't, that was my point.
You said he wore a nice suit. I thought you
I
were...
was gonna add he brought flowers.
Oh, we got sidetracked. Yes, he brought flowers. That was very nice. And sort of a giveaway of what his answer is going to be, right?
I mean, I knew that he's gonna say yes.
Did
he was
you?
looking at the rings.
Yeah, it was a paid sponsorship.
Still, I knew. Like if I could bet on someone, it would have been Steve. Like I knew that he's
Interesting.
gonna say yes. I thought that she's gonna say yes too, and I think that was my prediction.
Mm-hmm.
But I wouldn't put all my money on her because she had all these crazy job ideas.
Yeah.
We'll get there,
Yeah.
but I knew it. I knew he's gonna say yes.
Okay, so they're talking, and Noise says, well, I told Steve right away, day 2 or day 3, I said I was slowly falling in love with you. And PC was like, cool, that's cool. Like, PC loves love. I love love. PC and Darcy love.
They should get together.
Yeah. And Dr. Pepper is probably like, I haven't seen my husband in months. So I don't even know what that is. But Steve and Noi, they grab each other's hands. This was definitely the most telegraphed love that we saw on decision day. The flowers, the hand holding, they were kind of wearing it on their sleeve, what they were going to say. And Steve says, things are going well. I feel like things are in a good place. And Noi says, I love how Steve comforts me, holds me when I'm upset, and I know I'm safe with Steve. And she thanks him for doing that and for being there for him. And it's nice. It's sweet. They hug it out.
And they have the same 3 issues as they always have. Number 1, the job.
Yeah.
Number 2, the social media.
Yeah.
And number 3, Steve wants to be 50-50 when it comes to chores.
Yes.
Same old. Like, come on, guys.
Well, no, I mean, it's good that new problems aren't arising, but we should be checking some of these problems off the list.
True, but I feel like if you have a problem, you should try to solve it. It's been 2 months and they have the same problem.
Right. At least pick one and let's settle it. I do wish we got a little more answer on the job or savings account when it comes to Steve. I thought maybe we'd get a little more insight into what he's got in the bank or what he's got set up.
Did you see his website? He does everything.
He does everything. Jack of all trades, of master of none. That's what we say. It's not a good thing. What do you think about the 50-50 chore split? Because Noy's like it's not realistic.
It's not realistic. I agree with you.
Really? Mm-hmm. Why not?
Because I don't think you can ever be fully 50-50. It depends on your schedules and on what you do and what you don't, what you want to do, what you don't want to do, right?
Yeah.
You have to talk again. It comes down to communication. You got to talk about it.
Yeah, I don't think it's a 50-50 like Elijah was saying. You clean half the floor, I'll clean half the floor. But I think it's 50-50 in the sense of, okay, you made dinner tonight, I'll do the dishes. You took the trash out, I'll make the bed. Like, if you do something, I should do something. You shouldn't do 10 things and I do one thing.
No, but it shouldn't be like, oh, you did this, okay, I'm gonna do that. It should be like, people should have their own tasks. At least this is how I like things. I'm not saying everyone should, but I like having a task. I like giving you a task.
Yeah.
And you always complete my tasks. Sometimes I think I do a little more.
Yeah, I don't think we're 50-50.
You never say no to tasks.
We're probably 60-40, you doing 60. And your 60 is bigger tasks. So one of your tasks, you'll clean the apartment. And one of my tasks, I'll empty the dishwasher. Not necessarily equal, but it's like you do a task, I do a task.
True. But for example, when I clean and I say, hey, can you do the floors? Can you do that? Can you take the garbage out? Can you run out and get me something we ran out of Clorox? Like, you do all that. Like, you don't even ask.
Can I be honest,
You don't even say, I don't want to do it right now. You'll be like, all right, I'll do it.
Can I be honest? Mm-hmm. And this could just be me or us, but I would rather have assigned tasks and do them and check them off as we go through the week. Being asked repeatedly different things, it could wear on me. It could wear on someone else. If every day it's like, can you do this? Can you do that? It might just be better to have the tasks and do them. And then if you don't do them, it's like, hey, were you going to make the bed today or what's going on with that? As opposed to, can you make the bed? Thanks. Can you empty the dishwasher? Thanks. I'd rather just have my tasks and do them.
And you have your tasks.
Right. That's what I'm saying. You were making a point, which is the right point. But when you ask me to do something, I do it. I don't know that would work for Stephen Noy, because then he's just going to always be asking her, or she's always going to be asking him, and it could get on someone's nerves. Like, stop asking me to do things. Let's just set our tasks.
Yeah.
Have a whiteboard or do whatever. Have your tasks, do them. If you don't do them, then you'll be asked to do them.
Just memorize your tasks.
How many tasks are there?
I like to keep my life organized, right? But I don't want to have a whiteboard. Like, I'm not a child.
We can memorize them.
Yeah.
But my point is just being asked every day to do something, it could wear on a person. So just it's fine to have assigned tasks. And sure, it's not 50-50. But if you do something, maybe I do something.
Mm-hmm.
If you do two things, maybe I do something. It doesn't really have to be 50-50. It just needs to feel like we're both making an effort.
Yes. And again, I don't think it's doable to be 50-50. I mean, it could be. Some people can be 50-50. But I think it mostly comes down to what you can do, what you cannot do. Do you have time for this? What your schedule looks like, right?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So, all right. Then we get to decision time. Let's go over our predictions. Okay. Teresa, you said when it came to Stephen Noy,
I said they are going to say yes.
I also said yes, Teresa. And decision time. Steve goes first.
It's all or nothing.
He says, when we talk about our future, staying up all hours of the night, it makes me feel really special. And I can't think of anyone else I'd rather do this with, build a family with, and arguably have 3 children with, maybe 2. But my answer is absolutely yes.
Yes.
Absolutely yes. Of course, you brought the flowers, you got the ring.
Yeah.
We know, Steve. How about Noe? She says, before coming into this day, we were talking about our issues and how we haven't come to a resolution, and I feel like there's maybe still some trust issues there. We couldn't get to a place where he could really trust me. I think you're still learning how to do that, but you at least trust me enough to take the next step. So I would love to stay married to you.
Woohoo!
And that's our first right prediction, Teresa.
We finally got something
We are
right.
1 for 3. We are 1 for 3. Yeah, I could see this working. And we can jump ahead and talk about this living situation if you want, since we jumped ahead and talked about Michael and Jasmina.
Yeah.
They kind of flip-flopped.
Yeah. And it was Noy who said, you know what? Since you're going to have kids, let's just live together.
Right answer.
And I knew she's going to cave in. I knew she's going to cave in because when they came to this decision day, Noy said, yeah, I miss Steve overnight. If
Yeah.
you missed him overnight, like why would you not want to live with him?
Right. It's good. And she said she had love for her apartment. It meant a lot to her. She said this in a previous episode. And so maybe she'll hang on to it, right? Maybe it'll be an office or a studio or something. But they're going to move in together, which I think is going to be beneficial for the relationship.
Well, for their relationship, yes. Because they do have one.
Yeah.
Jasmina and Michael are trying to build one, but they are not even close.
Do we know? Did anyone hit that third C besides Mark and Lindsay? Copulation?
Of course, these guys,
Stephen Noy did?
for sure.
Really?
They've been banging since the honeymoon.
Did we know that? Did they?
I'm pretty sure
confirm that?
they're like hens. Like, wink, wink.
Interesting.
Absolutely.
Interesting,
Please.
Teresa.
You can see it in their eyes.
Can? All right. All right. Teresa knows she can sniff it out. All right. Let's talk about our last couple, Lindsay and Mark the Shack.
Okay.
So they come in. PC asks how they're feeling.
You know what I also was thinking about their outfits, not to bring it back, but
Yes.
they both were wearing dark blue. It's like the ocean.
Yeah.
He's a shark.
He should have been wearing a wetsuit. Instead,
I would like die laughing.
he was he was wearing like the most basic suit, like somewhere between a business meeting and church. He looked like. But yeah, it was probably my least favorite couple in terms of outfits.
Yes, but
Yes. Okay.
deep like the ocean.
Yes. PC asks, how you guys feeling? Mark says, the last 2 weeks been pretty healthy. A lot of showing up and supporting each other. Now he's using Lindsay's verbiage because she's always like, I need you to show up for me, Mark. I need you to show up for me. And now Mark's like, yeah, a lot of showing up. We're doing a lot of showing up for each other.
Well, Lindsay said, the last 2 weeks were not good, but the last week was.
Yeah. Okay. So much for leading with the positive. Could be like, last week's been really great. Yeah. So Mark goes, there was a night you said, I just want to throw on sweats and put on a movie. And I was like, Jaws? No. I was like, okay, we can do that. And those are the moments I feel a connection with you. Yeah, she probably settles down. She relaxes. She takes an Ambien or something and slips into a coma and everyone has a good time. Those are the moments that he lives for. Those are the moments he's like, this could be my wife. This could be my forever wife.
Did you realize how Lindsay went from laughing and really kind of seemingly showing chemistry with Mark
Yeah.
to the point that she was like, yeah, like, he's not what I want. I want to travel. I want to have a baby. I want to travel the world. Baby in a backpack, Dubai, Africa. Mark just wants to sit on his couch and watch TV. And I'm like, whoa.
I'm telling
How
you.
did we go from 0 to 100 like this?
Well, I don't want to diagnose here because I am not licensed to do so, and no one should ever diagnose someone from watching a television show. But I said it episodes ago, she shows signs of bipolar disorder. And I don't think you make switches in your episodes manic or depressed that quickly. But yeah, 1 minute she's hot, 1 minute she's cold, right? She breaks into this maniacal laugh when she's talking about, oh yeah, I think about the good times. The best times are when we're laughing about stupid things. And she goes into this, like, she laughs like a woodpecker.
What's a woodpecker?
She's like, Do you know Woody Woodpecker?
Yes.
She laughs like Woody Woodpecker.
She has a very deep, diabolic laugh.
It's
She's like,
diabolic, Teresa.
I can't even do it.
Yeah. So Viviana's like, it's weird. You guys have a lot of fun, childlike energy, and then you deal with big adult stuff. You did a fertility test.
And the cat passed away.
And the cat passed away. And what?
Oh my gosh. I was just going to say, when it comes to
JC.
cats,
JC.
I love how you guys really message us and try to talk me into cats.
Oh, yeah.
And we had you got
yeah.
a really beautiful message from one of our friends, and it cracked me up. But at the same time, I'm definitely gonna try it, because our friend was saying, "Hey, Teresa, maybe don't pick up the cats. They probably don't like it. Instead, if you want to bond, get down on your knees and try to reach out to the cat and try to like let her sniff you before you just grab her."
Yeah.
And I'm like, literally, I laughed for like 5 minutes just picturing myself. But then I was like, I'm going to try.
This could
I'm going
work.
to try. Whenever I interact with a cat,
Yeah.
I'm going to try.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Yeah. I think I saw that message too. And didn't our friend say, if this is confusing, I can find a video?
You know, she said that, I think she said that her daughter could demonstrate.
Oh, even better.
I'm pretty sure. And I loved it. I freaking loved
We
it.
have the best friends.
The best friend. So
Thank
thank
you,
you
guys.
so much, because I was like, holy shit, this could work. Because I can tell that the cats don't like when I pick them up.
Yeah, of course not. And I'll tell you what, guys. Forget the video of how to do it. I'm going to video Teresa doing it. And we'll show you. We'll show you how it goes.
Oh my God. I cannot wait. I mean, when are we seeing a cat?
We're seeing a cat.
I don't know. Our cat friends moved.
Our cat friends moved.
And
Several
the rest of
cats.
our cat friends live in Massachusetts.
Yeah. You don't want to
Maybe-
do it with a stray cat, probably.
I don't want to. Oh my gosh.
No.
Probably like
Maybe over
scratch my
Thanksgiving.
face.
It might not be until Thanksgiving.
Yeah, but I'll try. Whenever
Yeah.
I see a cat that I can interact with
Yeah.
safely,
Safe.
I'll give it a shot.
Okay. So everything's like seemingly going pretty well. And then things take a somewhat strange turn, because Lindsay goes, you know, Mark's moment by moment. He's looking on his phone. He's on social media. And I've been thinking social media, it's a filter. It's immature. And you're there posting selfies with filters. And let me just say, like, whatever you say about me on social media will 100% end up in my hands. And you need to consider that going forward.
I was wild.
I was like, wait, what? Is this bad editing? Or how did we go from I want to have a baby in a backpack in Africa to Mark's using filters taking selfies on social media?
I can see him with those like butterflies around his head.
Totally
You know,
can
the
see it.
classic filter.
I can tell, but like, what? And this is where I go, oh, she's totally saying no. She's got such an issue with him all of a sudden that little things are pissing her off, like him being on Instagram. Once that's pissed you off, you're just at a point of no return. That's every little thing he does pisses me off, right? And so DP is like, well, it seems like there's some trust or loyalty issues going on. And Lindsay agrees. And Mark goes, if you want to shut something down without knowing about it, that's concerning. There's good to what I do on social media. Okay, check out my hot or not score. It's like 98%. Okay. He goes, there's more out there, and there's connections that I'm making, and it's networking. And so it's a positive thing.
Yeah, I mean, LinkedIn, I guess.
Yeah. I would say in his field, fitness and gym, like
That's true.
you post yourself ripping a couple bicep curls. Hey, check me out at this gym. Look at us on Instagram. We're posting on the Married to Reality.
Oh yeah,
Or
we have fun.
to promote and
That's
to
true.
connect
We
with
have
you
fun
guys.
with it for sure.
So it's not just selfies
True.
and cat filters.
Well, and he's definitely doing cat filters.
He's doing all the filters.
And as
He doesn't have a job. He's just sitting on the couch while
True.
doing filters.
And as we saw in the previews for the next episode, he's also talking to Alyssa because apparently she was sliding in his DMs.
There were murmurs about that earlier
Yeah.
in the season. Yeah, she's a good person though. So
She's a hoe.
So yeah, Lindsay's like, I look at it like attention. If I'm in a bad mood, I post a good picture of myself so I can get a ton of messages. Okay, that's a little gross. That's a little, as a married woman, that's a little concerning. I totally
I
get
mean,
it.
Lindsay is concerning.
I get it if you're single, right? Yeah. Set a thirst
True.
trap, as the kids would say. You set a thirst trap. I think it's right. If you're single, sure, holler at your boy.
I'm not gonna lie. I used to post selfies all the time.
Yeah, when you were single.
Yeah.
Get those likes, boost that ego. It's all good.
Not just my facial selfies.
But
You didn't say, did you just say boost your legs?
boost my ego, I think I said.
Oh.
But
Okay.
if you're in a relationship, your partner, you would hope your partner would boost that ego. Oh, feeling down. I'm not feeling great about myself.
Last night you were laughing at my pajamas.
Yeah, it was hilarious. You looked like a 9-year-old having a sleepover.
I did not do laundry.
Where did you
Jonathan.
find those actually? First of all, you were in all white. You had like white pajama pants on and a white top. And you had like a sleeping cap on too, I think. You were holding a candle. It was very strange.
I was wearing white pajama pants with little seals,
Oh,
and then socks with
not making it better.
socks with cactuses,
Yeah.
and just like an old white shirt. I mean laundry day, Jonathan. Okay.
Yes, okay. And thank you for doing the laundry, by the way.
I'm
Okay.
doing it right now.
Okay, decision time. All right. What were our decisions? Okay, I have our decisions. Do you
I
want-
think I said they will say yes.
You said yes.
Mm-hmm.
I said yes. Teresa, we are. Well, let's get to the decisions.
It's all or nothing.
That's all or nothing. Okay. Mark says, through this marriage, you've pushed me more than people have pushed me before. And I think I wouldn't have grown this much in 8 weeks if you weren't selected as my wife. And I think you're worth it to say yes to.
I've ate so much fish that I finally feel like a real shot. I've ate so much raw fish.
Yeah, so my answer is yes, I want to stay married. And Lindsay goes, can I get back to you in 24 to 48 hours?
And then she laughed for 59 minutes.
Yeah. And then
she
here
was
we
like, yes.
go. Okay. And
Yes.
this is why I guess it was saved till the end. Because Lindsay actually had something planned, something up her sleeve. And I appreciated it. It was creative. I love a good callback. Okay. I love a good callback. Lindsay takes out a button very sneakily. And she goes, Mark, you may not be what I envisioned as far as adventure and food palette, but I feel like you are genuinely good and kind. And she hits her button. Yes. 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 Because if you guys remember, her dad gave Mark a no.
I think so.
Like a no button. Like, yeah, Lindsay's a little spoiled brat, and you're going to have to say no to her throughout the course of this marriage. And so now she has a yes button.
And then she said something that I really laughed. And not many good things that make sense come out of Lindsay. often,
Mm-hmm.
but this one did. And she said, Mark is not everything I asked for, but he's everything I need. And it's so true in
Yeah.
a way, because what else do you need? Who else is going to stand you?
Well, I hope she takes that to heart though, and realizes, you know what? It's not what I want. It's what I need. And so she can accept it, because knowing it and accepting it are two different things. And she needs to accept it and go, you know what? He did put, or he was put in my life for a reason, and I am going to accept this and embrace this and allow him to change me for the better. So we'll have to see. We'll have to wait and see. Of course, Lindsay says, is it time for champagne yet? I'm losing my buzz. My buzz is starting to fade. Is it time for champagne?
Classic.
The only reason she said yes was probably for the champagne. She's probably, if I say no, we're not getting champagne. So I better say yes. So those are the decisions. Teresa and I, 2 for 2. No,
2 for
2
2.
for 4. 2 for 4.
2 for 4, yeah.
5 for 5. 5 for 5.
What is that
That's
from?
Paul. All right. 2 for 4. Not bad. 50%. Could be worse.
We're kind of experts. Kind of, a little bit.
Okay.
A little,
So
50-50 experts.
four yeses, which is the mind-blowing part.
I don't think we've ever seen it before, unless...
We've seen 3 when there was a season of just 3 or 4. Remember they used to do like fewer couples? The
Yeah.
first season was like 3. We've had 3 yeses. I don't know if we've ever had a 4. I forget, but that's really good. It's really, really
Very
good.
good.
Especially since we thought this season was doomed. We thought these experts were checked out.
Let's not... Okay. One couple didn't make it.
Oh, I remember.
And that's the couple that we're gonna see during the group hang.
Well, is there anything that needs to be said about one day after decision day?
No, everyone's just packing the apartments, and Jasmina and Mike announced that they're gonna live separately.
Yeah, okay.
And
All right.
Steve needs a new couch if he wants Noe to live with him.
Oh, no, there's one thing we need to say about Mark and Lindsay.
What? Oh, yeah.
So we see them, they were doing their packing up / Nerf fight. And there was a surprise that we didn't see at the end of decision day. There was another little surprise besides the yes button. Mark had wrapped the keys to his grandmother's apartment and gave them to Lindsay as a gift.
Yes, and caved in and said, okay, we can't redecorate or redo that
Yeah, they're going to
place.
redo the house and live there.
Yeah.
Which is...
Well, you remember he was like, let's just keep it the way it is.
But that's...
Because it brings me my grandma.
They've hit 2 of the 3 C's at least. That's compromise and copulation. Okay? They just need to communicate and they may have a successful marriage.
Let's see.
So that's kind of big, is that they're moving into grandma's place. Okay? All right. 2 days after decision day, everyone meets up. And look who it is. Chris and Alyssa are in the building, Teresa.
Alyssa is looking awful as per usual.
Yeah.
I don't mean just the way she looks, just overall. Like I cannot stand her. She's an awful person. That's what I meant.
Unpopular opinion. I don't think she's a bad looking girl. Her personality is atrocious, but physically, I don't think she's a bad looking girl.
I just think that for me, I cannot just judge the physical appearance if I know that someone's an asshole.
Of course. No, of course.
And so for me, like, she is just.
I'm just trying to be fair. I'm trying to find this silver lining, and she's okay.
I mean, if
with
we're
it.
gonna judge hot or not,
Yes.
definitely not.
Oh.
And out of the whole season, she's. I don't want to say because I don't want to sound like an asshole too.
Yeah, we're not judging.
But
We're not judging.
let's just say overall, including her personality, which is a big part of it, awful.
Okay.
Awful.
All right. Well, Jasmina goes, Alyssa walks in like it's her ex-husband's funeral, which I think was to say that she looked good. She was coming and trying to like show off. And
She was a little shiny, yeah.
shining bright
Got
like
some
a diamond.
tan.
And Michael's like, yeah, she came last, walking in fashionably late. So they're admiring her, right? Alyssa's like, I've been having a really good summer. Everything's been going really well. And Chris says, life has been calmer. I don't have the anxiety or stress all day. And breaking news, the man's dating again.
Good. His hair looked better. He finally started like pointing them up,
Oh.
which is like what? Like you live in 2005, dude.
Styling a little bit, yeah.
So that looked better.
Next stop, frosted tips. I used to frost my tips a little bit.
You did?
Yeah, not
Oh,
bragging.
gee.
It was in 7th grade. What are you going to do? All right.
But Alyssa, classic Alyssa, was disappointed that she didn't get the experience that she signed up for.
That's your fault, Alyssa.
Oh my
on
gosh.
you.
I was like,
She should
stop.
not have gotten this invite. This is all she wanted was another group
gosh,
hang.
yeah.
Why are we giving her this invite?
I think she just kept calling and bothering everyone. They're like, okay, you can come. Just come
When
for
are we
the
meeting
last
up?
episode.
Guys, when are we meeting up? She's got to be she is at the reunion, right? So we'll see more of her. But Lindsay tells the camera, Chris is thriving. It seems like after the process, he realized how great he is and what he wants. And Alyssa, I don't see any growth or change from her.
Yeah, neither do I. So it's probably one of the a few things I agree on with Lindsay.
Yes, I agree with that. And I agree with pass the drinks. We could drink with Lindsay.
Oh yeah, totally.
So-
I would like not keep up with her. I would let her get wasted and watch her.
Yeah.
Like I would drink a little
be a
bit, but then I
disaster.
would be like, I want to see what you're gonna do.
Be a disaster. So then they go around the horn, share their decisions. And we learn, speaking of the third C, Elijah and Katina sealed the deal.
Finally.
And it was worth the wait. Okay. And then the moment James Allen has been waiting for. Steve gets down on his knee and repeats the ring pop joke once again, because what's better than telling a joke twice is telling it 3 times. And so he does.
I love ring pops.
Sure.
You never gave me one.
Yeah, that's true. Never say never. And that leads perfectly into his James Allen product placement.
I thought that he put the diamond inside the ring pop, so she has to like lick it to get it.
Jesus. Really?
A little aggressive.
It's a little aggressive. He presents the ring he picked out. Noi loses it.
Absolutely.
Makes all the other guys look terrible, right? Steve's there with the diamond. And here's my thought. If it really was an ad, which of course it was, if it wasn't an ad, they wouldn't have blasted James Allen all over the place. The other ladies better have gotten a free ring.
I was gonna say, how come only Steve got to do this promo?
Wouldn't
But
you
maybe
be pissed?
I would, but maybe the reason why he did was like he said to the crew, like, this is my plan. I'm gonna get her ring and I'm gonna propose. And they were like, okay, let's make some money on this.
I don't think so. And
So
it's
otherwise,
interesting
why
that-
wouldn't other people do that? Just free ring.
Yeah, it's
Sell it
in-
afterwards.
And it's interesting that it was so late in the season, because all the guys could have done it episode 1 and been like, these are the rings we're going to give our wives on decision day. But it would, maybe James Allen doesn't want to be tied to that, because those marriages aren't really love marriages. It's just strangers getting married. So now it's tied to Steve and Noi, which is a real love
I'd
story.
like to think that Steve came up with the idea on his own, said,
Yeah.
hey, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to look for a ring and I'm going to propose to her a proper
yeah, you guys
proposal.
know any jewelers who can get us a deal?
And
maybe
they
they
could
did.
be like, all right, let's get you a free ring and let's make some money.
Yeah. So he does that. Noi loves it. I thought it was so great that Chris and Alyssa were there to learn that every other couple stayed married. Right?
Yes.
Every other couple stayed married. And you got to be thinking, if you're Alyssa, maybe the experts are right. They got these all right. Maybe I should have stayed with Chris. Maybe they were onto something. Maybe I was wrong.
Here's a crazy question for you. Do you think that if they paired her up with Mark the Shark, who has the perfect teeth,
Mark the Shark.
would she stay with him?
How could I answer that question? You think it's not just about the teeth, Teresa. It's never about the teeth.
I think that was a big part of it.
I don't think so.
I think for her, the appearance and the one thing she mentioned like 5 times was the first thing. You know, when you think of something and you don't like
everyone's got
something,
a
you
deal
say it
breaker.
out loud, and then any tiny thing would just like push you off the edge.
Yeah, sure.
That for her, that was that. I truly believe that she didn't even get to know him because of the little things about his appearance that she built up in her head, that that's something she could not get over.
Yeah, I definitely think it was looks. I don't think she was attracted to him. I
Yeah.
don't know if it was as singular as the teeth, but I don't know if she would have, just because Mark has good teeth. And you can fix your teeth. Everyone's getting veneers these days. So
It's expensive.
it's very expensive. But Chris could have gotten veneers if there was something to him that she liked. And he's like, well, I'll deal with this now and we'll fix
But
it
that's
later.
the thing. If, let's say, I met you like this, I would be like, okay, John, I'll be with you, but you have to fix your teeth. Otherwise, not. That you would be like, hello and goodbye.
I know, but if we were married, I'm saying if I looked at my spouse and said, well, everything else is great. I do have this weird thing about teeth, but we could fix that. It's not something that's unfixable.
I would be upset because maybe Chris is fine with his teeth.
He should be. They're not. There's nothing really that wrong with them. They're not perfect.
They're not straight, but yeah, that's it.
He's got teeth at
Yeah.
least, right? There's people who don't have teeth, so it could be worse.
Yes.
She's a horrible person.
She's so bad.
she's just a
But I'm here for it, so I'm glad she showed up.
yeah. I just thought, isn't it interesting? Here they sit looking at all these other couples who were matched by the same people that matched them. Do you sit there and wonder, should we have tried harder? Did they put us together with the right people? Because it seems like these relationships are working. I wonder. And maybe we'll learn more on the reunion.
Sure.
I don't know. But that's the episode. Teresa and I, 2 for 4. Not the worst.
Not
I
the
was getting
worst.
nervous in the beginning when we were going 0 for 1, 0 for 2. But we pulled it out in the end. 50%. Not bad.
That's not bad.
Not bad. For our first season of Maths,
I loved it.
covering it anyway. Yeah. Loved it too.
All right.
All right, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I know there's a lot of people struggling towards the end of the season, but what are we watching this show if not for love? And we got 4 marriages, so you guys should be happy.
Definitely not for love.
What do you mean? We're not watching it for love?
No.
Oh, you're selfish.
I'm watching it for the
You're
entertainment.
so selfish.
Very
Okay.
selfish.
All right, guys. Make sure you're following us on Instagram at Married to Reality Pod. We are posting all sorts of filtered selfies and pissing Lindsay off. So follow us there. Make sure you guys follow the podcast wherever you're listening. So easy to do. Look down, smash that follow button.
Guys, smash it like it's as hot as hopefully the reunion is going to be.
That's right. That's right, Teresa. Also, we got merch if you want to rep the brand. If you want to rep the Married to Reality brand, we got hoodies, t-shirts, mugs, pint glasses. It's all there at marriedtorealitypodcast.com. There's a button for the store. So check it out. Treat yourself. And thank you again for the reviews. If you haven't left one, please do. We appreciate it so much when you can rate and review the podcast. It helps us. It makes our day. So thank you in advance for that.
Yes.
That's it. I've said it all. Have you?
I've said it all,
you
John.
have.
I've said it all.
You have. All right. We'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.